it's only literally the first day, but like how big of an emphasis is like turning around that turnover number from a year ago for you guys this year?
Yeah, obviously it's been a point of emphasis, throughout the whole spring. We're really just trying to come together as a unit and do what we need to do. I think if we're able to create turnovers, we could put ourselves and our team in a position to, be successful.
You guys are bringing back a lot of the same guys from that secondary last year. Just to help having that year together now, and you guys know each other a little bit better and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're definitely more comfortable, with each other. Obviously a big part of it is, all of us kind of staying healthy, throughout camp and throughout the season. But we definitely have a talented group, but it's a lot of work that, we still need to put in to kind of, get us to the point where, we know we're one of the best, in the league.
Trai, what was it like to have another purple night in here?
Feels good, man. Definitely feels like home, for sure. Trai has always been a great player, even going back, to St. Aug. So it's good to have him around.
Did he talk to you much about coming here?
No, I didn't even know he was on a visit. So I probably found out when everybody else found out.
Did y'all play together at all?
We did.
Back a little bit?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
Were you able to? Did you try to sneak a peek at what Jimmy Graham looked like?
Nah, it was funny, man, because I was in the equipment room and he kind of walked by, and we had some words, and Ted Ginn was here in the spring, and so obviously I played against both of those guys. I played with Ted in the past, and as we're talking, I'm looking at him and I'm thinking he's about to coach or he's helping out coaching. So I asked him, I said, "What you coaching?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm playing." So he kind of surprised me with that one, but he looks good, I definitely feel like he can help us still.
Is there like when you get to a certain point on your calendar and you get later in your career,
yeah,
do you appreciate guys like that more, trying to still do that?
Yeah, anytime I see a guy that age that I played against 10 years ago, kind of makes me feel old, but obviously helps you appreciate where you're at and the chance that the opportunity that you still have playing football.
Hey Tyler, speaking of where are you at right now with you and Marcus May as far as communication, and are y'all thinking on the same wavelength, and particularly how well y'all finished the season last year?
Yeah, I think we've definitely grown in that aspect. I think me and him still have a lot more to prove and a lot more to offer. So it was good to kind of get here in the spring. And both of us being present, every day and, practicing together, watching film together. So, I'm pretty sure that'll continue as we go through camp and, hopefully, we both stay healthy and it kind of carry us, throughout the season.
How do you feel this year as opposed to a year ago? More comfortable? You've been with one franchise for a long time and came here. So how do you feel this year?
Yeah, I feel good. I got a lot of great players around me, a lot of great teammates. I got some pretty good coaches too. So, I know for me personally, I definitely feel like I can be much better. And so, that's always the goal, as a football player, is how you can come back and be a little bit better. So, just looking forward to having that opportunity and, letting the chips fall where they may.
Tyrann, you've been blessed to see a lot of different quarterbacks in different places kind of try to put their stamp and leadership on a team. What's your viewpoint of how Derek Carr has tried to do that, joining kind of an established veteran team?
He's been doing this a long time. A few guys try to force it, and then there's other guys that it kind of comes natural to him. And I think he's one of those guys. He's just a natural leader. He doesn't do anything crazy. He doesn't yell or scream. But he's the first one in line. He's the first one here in the building. He's one of the last people to leave off the field. So and a lot of guys gravitate towards him, especially offensive guys.
You've gotten to him a few times. Has he picked your brain? Have you given any secrets away to him?
No, we've had a lot of different battles, throughout the years. He, even when we had practice, he always kind of looking at me, making sure I'm where I was, pre-snap. So we go back and forth a lot.
He was just out here talking about how difficult the defense here makes it for a quarterback. What about him makes it difficult for a defense?
Well, I think an underrated part of his game, is his scramble ability. His ability to kind of move the pocket, and then he can make every throw too. So, I think as a defense, you got to cover a lot of blade of grass. When you're dealing with a quarterback that could, make every throw.
Harold, Tyrann, asking a question about Harold taking off LSU. There's a lot of comparisons to your 2011, his 2022 season. Have you had conversations with him? Do you like his game there? Because there's a lot of, y'all both popped and kind of blew up on the SEC.
Yeah, if I had to say, man, he was much better than I was. I think the things he did as a freshman, being that kind of impact player. I played in the secondary, so people can kind of pick and choose when to get me involved in the game. I think with a guy like that plays in the front seven, they don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Like, they got to deal with him, each and every week. So, definitely looking forward to him, having a big season, this year.
Have you had one-on-one conversations with him?
I've talked to him a few times, but never nothing, personal over the top now.
Maybe they'll let him return punts too, so he'll really get a chance to go.
Yeah, man, got to give your best players a shot at the Heisman, man.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, you've always been a guy who's been around all those athletic places since you left the program. And even here, you're working with the how much pride do you take in being an ambassador for the state?
Yeah, not a lot of us, make it out of here, and so, it's a great opportunity and it's a great responsibility. And I've met some of the best people I've ever met, at LSU. So some of those people are still, dear friends to me. So, I've learned a lot of life lessons too, at that program. So, it always kind of hold a special, place in my heart.
A guy like Trai Morgan from the baseball team too says he looked up to like one of his heroes. And kind of the same story getting out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
He's done it for you. You hear those kind of things?
Yeah, I hear it a lot, man. And, like I said, sometimes it kind of makes me feel old. And, other times it kind of helps me appreciate, the journey I've taken. So, just blessed to kind of still be on that journey and, still be an inspiration, to a lot of younger guys.
Tyrann, how is it healthy for y'all to have a balance between veterans such as yourself and the really talented young DBs working together in the secondary?
Yeah, I think anytime you could kind of add that, quote unquote experience, with the youth, I think we both can kind of help each other. Obviously the younger guys don't know as much or have not seen as much football as I've seen. And, obviously with me kind of getting up in age, I don't run as fast as those guys. So, it's definitely a healthy balance.
So the pressure on the football team now after those 2 days?
Pressure on Brian Kelly, you know what I mean? Between the women's basketball and, what Jay Johnson has done, man. But I think Brian has a good chance, man. He has a good football team. He got a good program, and he got a quarterback. So a lot of times that's all you need.
Tyrann, there's been a lot of conversation over this offseason about creating more turnovers on the defensive side. How do you think Joe Woods factors into that element?
Well, he has a lot of experience. He's coached a lot of great secondaries. I think 2 of them in particular was the Broncos secondary, and then when the 49ers, when we played them, in the Super Bowl when I was with the Chiefs. So, he's put his stamp, on some good secondaries, and most of those guys found a way to, be an impact and take the ball away. So we hoping he brings some of that good mojo, over here with us. Good. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yep.